Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Mel Kiper Jr. makes bold Steelers prediction about QB options at pick 21. With the 2025 NFL Draft coming up in about a month, teams are getting their big boards set in stone, including the Pittsburgh Steelers, who face an important quarterback decision in 2025. The Steelers could sign Aaron Rodgers in hopes that he still has enough juice to carry them to a deep playoff run, or they could bring in veteran free agent Jameis Winston. However, after trading for DK Metcalf, their offseason strategy was impacted significantly, as Mel Kiper Jr. believes Pittsburgh is in quite the pickle entering the 2025 NFL Draft without a quarterback. Is Shedeur Sanders going to fall to the Steelers? Kiper asked via NFL on ESPN's official X account. Is Jackson Dart going to fall to the Steelers? Maybe. I don't think so, based on what I'm hearing. But hey, you never know. And then, Tyler Shaw from Louisville. Will he be there? I think he will. He'll definitely be there. Will they take him there? I think that would be a stretch. So, not only does Kiper think the Steelers' quarterback options at pick number 21 will be less than ideal, but they don't have a second-round pick to fall back on. Then, you get into no second-round pick, Kiper added. That went to Seattle for DK Metcalf. So, all of a sudden, you're thinking third round. Is Jalen Milroe from Alabama, or Will Howard from Ohio State, or Kyle McCord from Syracuse going to be interesting at that point? Or Dylan Gabriel, Oregon? So, there are going to be third or fourth round options, and not having that second round pick, will Tyler Shaw be there in the second round? He could, but, like I said, they don't have that choice. So, the Steelers go first round to third round, okay? That's going to be where it's tricky to say what direction the Steelers want to go because, like I say, right now, I don't think Shedeur or Jackson Dart will be there when they pick unless they want to try to move up if Dart slides a bit. We'll see how that all plays out. Although a veteran free agent could come in and give some stability to the Steelers' quarterback room, they're in no man's land with 37 days until the 2025 NFL Draft. Many things can happen in the blink of an eye during an NFL offseason. But, Steelers fans should be worried about their quarterback situation until they make a definitive move. Yes, they have weapons in Metcalf and George Pickens, but now they have nobody to throw them the ball. In Kiper's long-winded theory, it appears that he doesn't expect Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart to be available when the Steelers draft at pick number 21. But, in a draft class with so much uncertainty, it's tough to accurately predict who's going where with so much time before the actual draft. There's a chance Pittsburgh will trade for picks once the date gets closer. But, with just over a month until the 2025 NFL Draft, the Steelers' options for a quarterback in 2025 are thinning out quickly. And if the Steelers plan to draft a quarterback in the first round, Mel Kiper isn't convinced that Sanders or Dart will be available. Aaron Rodgers close to final decision on future per rumor. According to sources close to the situation, the Pittsburgh Steelers are closing in on an agreement with free agent quarterback Aaron Rodgers. An announcement on the signing could happen as soon as Tuesday evening. NFL insider Josina Anderson has taken to social media and said that a league source told her earlier Tuesday the Steelers feel like they're getting closer on their quarterback situation. She also said she is waiting to see if the notion is mutually held by both parties. The Steelers have been the front-runners on the Rodgers sweepstakes, with the possible exception of the Minnesota Vikings, who never indicated whether they were interested in the 41-year-old Rodgers. Defensive lineman Cam Hayward took to social media and said he was tired of the chase Rodgers has created. "I ain't doing that darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap," Hayward said. "Either you want to be a Steeler or you don't. It's simple. That's the pitch." Should Rodgers agree to terms with the Steelers as indicated, and the first domino falls, it would leave the New York Giants as the bridesmaid and scrambling for a starting quarterback. Look for the Giants to get more aggressive in their pursuit of former Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson, who visited with the team last Thursday and Friday. Failing Wilson, the Giants also brought in Jameis Winston on Monday. Pittsburgh ended 2024 with a 10-7 record and made the playoffs for the fourth time in 5 seasons, but bowed out in the first round once again. They have obtained DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. That might be pushing Rodgers toward the Steel City, as he would have 2 great receivers, Metcalf and George Pickens, to throw to. Rodgers also went on the record with Pat McAfee regarding his admiration for the Rooney family and for Steelers coach Mike Tomlin. Should the Steelers sign Rodgers, he would be the de facto starter heading into the season. Mason Rudolph, who was just signed in free agency, would be the backup. This is a fluid situation, and all Steelers will bring the latest news once it becomes available. NFL rumors: Pittsburgh Steelers reportedly getting closer to finding out 2025 starting quarterback, but will it be Aaron Rodgers? Tom Petty once saying that the waiting is the hardest part. The Pittsburgh Steelers and their fans are currently living with that feeling, because of Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers seem ready to go all in on the future Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's taking his time deciding who he'll play for next season. He reportedly is interested in joining the Minnesota Vikings, but they might not have any interest in him. Outside of the baggage and drama the 41-year-old could bring, they also have 2024 first-round pick J.J. McCarthy they're still high on and want to develop. The New York Giants are another team that has their eyes on Rodgers. Rodgers was released by the New York Jets' new regime following 2 tumultuous seasons with gangrene. He threw for nearly 4,000 yards and 28 touchdowns last season, but he finished the year with the second most pass attempts as they played from behind nearly every game and only averaged 229 passing yards per game. He's also not as mobile as he once was and took 40 sacks last season. The Steelers are coming off a playoff season, but they ended the year in disappointing fashion, losing their last 5 games, including to the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card round of the playoffs. Justin Fields, who signed a 2-year deal with the Jets, went 4-2 as a starter for Pittsburgh before he was benched for Russell Wilson. The 10-time Pro Bowl quarterback went 6-1 in his first 7 starts after coming back from a calf injury, but collapsed in the back half. Wilson is a free agent as well. According to NFL insider Josina Anderson, the Steelers believe they're getting closer to figuring out who their starting quarterback will be in 2025. In their mind, that optimism pertained to Aaron Rodgers, noted Anderson. It makes sense for Rodgers to choose the Steelers over the Giants if the Vikings aren't interested in him. Pittsburgh has a more solid foundation under head coach Mike Tomlin and has wide receiver weapons in the recently acquired DK Metcalf and George Pickens. However, the Steelers' offensive line did struggle in pass protection in 2024, allowing a pressure rate of 38.6%, 29th in the NFL. The Giants, meanwhile, have been floundering the last 2 seasons under general manager Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll, with both on the hot seat. New York owns the 3rd overall pick after coming off a 3-14 season where they set a franchise record for most losses in a season. And you, fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.